in a deep, ominous voice. It was a day that would be etched in the annals of history like a scar. A day that would unleash a terror upon the world that would be without equal. The year was 1942, and the world was at war. The Nazis, driven by a madness of ambition, had set their sights on a new frontier. The skies, in a secret underground fortress, hidden deep beneath the rolling hills of Peenemnde, a team of brilliant scientists and engineers had been toiling away on a top-secret project. Their creation would be a marvel of engineering, a testament to the unyielding ingenuity of the human spirit, but it would also be a harbinger of doom, a tool of war that would bring death and destruction to the innocent. This was the V2, the vengeance rocket that would change the course of history and spark a space race that would span decades. The birth of the V2 was not just a technological breakthrough, but a descent into the very depths of human darkness. In a deep, resonant voice. In a world where madness and genius blurred like the lines of a fevered drawing. One man stood at the precipice of history, driven by a vision of destruction and rebirth. Rudolf Hess, the Deputy Führer, the confidant, the architect of the Third Reich's most audacious dreams, his eyes gleaming with an otherworldly intensity. Hess beheld a future where the boundaries of earth and sky would be shattered, where the gods of war would ride the rocket's fiery chariot to dominate the cosmos. As the war raged on, Hess became increasingly obsessed with the concept of the V2, the Vergeltungswaffe, the vengeance weapon that would unleash terror upon the enemy and shake the very foundations of the universe. He saw it not just as a means of retribution, but as a harbinger of a new era, where the impossible would become possible, and the laws of physics would be rewritten by the unyielding will of the Aryan spirit. In Hess's twisted mind, the V2 was not just a weapon, but a symbol of the Third Reich's transcendence, a testament to its capacity for innovation and its unshakable resolve to reshape the world in its image. And as he stood at the threshold of this apocalyptic dawn, the world trembled, unaware of the catastrophic legacy that was about to be unleashed upon it. In a deep, resonant voice, in the midst of war-torn Europe, a chilling innovation emerged from the twisted mind of Werner von Braun, a brilliant scientist bound to the Nazi regime by ties of duty, ambition, and fate. The V2, a behemoth of steel and fire, was born from the dark womb of Peenemnde, a remote island fortress where the boundaries of physics and madness were pushed to the limit. This rocket, a behemoth of death, stood 46 feet tall, its silvery body a testament to the precision and skill of its creators. With a payload of 2,200 pounds, it could level a city block in a heartbeat. The V2's roar was a deafening scream, a harbinger of doom that left its victims frozen in terror. As the first operational rocket, it was a technological terror, a harbinger of the future, and a testament to human ingenuity gone awry. Launched in secret, it would rain down terror on London, Paris, and Antwerp, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. The V2 was the first to pierce the veil of the stratosphere, a forerunner of the space age, and a monstrous precursor to the wonders that would follow. It's 1944. The Allies have invaded Normandy. The Battle of the Bulge rages on. But in the midst of war-torn Europe, a new and terrifying threat looms over the British Isles. The V1 flying bomb, a rocket of unimaginable destruction, hurtles towards its target. In the dark of night, a sinister shadow falls across the English countryside. Operation Crossbow, the Germans' secret plan to unleash a torrent of vengeance upon the British people. The V1, a rocket of terror, takes to the skies, its engines roaring like a beast awakened from the depths of hell. London, Manchester, Birmingham, no city escapes the wrath of these screaming projectiles. The once mighty British war machine is now on the defensive. scrambling to counter an enemy that seems to have mastered the art of mass murder from the skies. As the rockets rain down, the people of Britain cower in fear, their lives reduced to a mere whisper of terror. The V1s bring death and destruction, reducing cities to rubble, leaving families shattered, and a nation on the brink of despair. The Allies had thought they were fighting a conventional war, but the Germans have unleashed a new and terrifying enemy, one that will change the course of history forever. Deep, ominous voice. In the swirling vortex of war, a new terror emerged, born from the darkest recesses of the Nazi mind. It was the brainchild of Werner von Braun, a brilliant and ambitious scientist, who would soon find himself at the forefront of a technological revolution. But as the V2 rocket soared into the skies, its true purpose was not to conquer the heavens, but to shatter the spirits of those below. The V2 was a harbinger of doom, a screaming serpent of steel and fire that pierced the clouds, leaving a trail of destruction and despair in its wake. Its impact was not just physical, but psychological, a merciless assault on the collective psyche of a nation. London, Paris, Antwerp, the very names of these cities became synonymous with terror, as the V2's random and merciless strikes plunged populations into a maelstrom of fear and panic. As the rockets fell from the skies, so too did the morale of the Allied forces. The V2's relentless barrage seemed to mock their every effort, a constant reminder of the Nazis' technological superiority. It was a campaign of psychological warfare, designed to break the will of a people, to reduce them to a state of quivering terror. And in this, the V2 succeeded, casting a long and ominous shadow over the course of human history. In the final, desperate hours of the Third Reich, a select group of German scientists, the architects of Hitler's vengeance, were faced with an impossible choice: surrender, certain persecution, or flee. They had devoted their lives to a dream of domination, now shattered by the hammer blows of the Allied armies. Among them was Walter Dornberger, the general in charge of Peenem NDE, the secret base where the V2 rocket was born. As Soviet forces closed in, Dornberger and a handful of his key colleagues made a daring escape. Abandoning their families, their country, and the only life they had ever known, they vanished into the night, leaving behind a trail of devastation and a legacy that would change the world. For in the shadows of the war, they carried with them the secrets of the V2, and the knowledge that would spark the most epic competition of the 20th century. The space race. In a deep, resonant voice. In the sweltering summer of 1946, a strange silence fell over the American landscape. It was as if the nation was holding its breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. But on that August morning, a different kind of impact was about to shake the very foundations of the United States. A V2 rocket, the same terror that had rained down death and destruction on London, Coventry, and Amsterdam, had crash-landed in a field of corn in a small Alabama town. The world watched in stunned silence as a team of scientists from the U.S. Army's Ballistic Research Laboratory cautiously approached the wreckage, their eyes scanning the twisted metal for clues to this technological enigma. Little did they know, the secrets hidden within this German behemoth would spark a revolution that would one day carry American astronauts to the moon. In the aftermath of war, as the world struggled to comprehend the unfathomable horrors of the Holocaust, a technological monstrosity stood as a haunting reminder of the Nazi regime's darkest ambitions. The V2 rocket, once the pinnacle of Hitler's vengeance arsenal, now stood as a twisted testament to the destructive power of scientific hubris. As Allied forces scoured the devastated German landscape, they stumbled upon the remnants of a secret rocket arsenal, a chilling catalogue of the V2's devastating impact on civilians. The rocket's unerring trajectory, its piercing shriek, and its unrelenting fury had left an indelible scar on the psyche of Europe.